welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. I hope everybody had an absolutely wonderful weekend. And I tell you what, it ain't over yet because it's President's Day. And so that means you get an extra day, and most people get an extra day. You know, and so I just hope everybody's enjoying it, and I hope that everybody is enthusiastic, because we got a great show coming your way today. We got this young lady coming out of Temecula, California, that's going to talk to us about the arts and how that plays a major role in leveling the playing field as it relates to diversity. And I just taught a couple of diversity, equity, inclusion classes in Temecula about a week and a half ago. So yes, everybody need to be included. Everybody need to have a seat at the table. Everybody need to know that they have equal to everything. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but we're going to utilize the art. But before we do anything, regardless of where you're watching this at, whether you're watching on E360 television, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or over 25 other live streaming networks, we want you to be part of this conversation. You know, but I can't start anything without my fantastic executive producer and co-host, Dr. Michelle Denise Cooley. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing good. I'm just winding down from that long trip last week, especially you. You flew from Texas to California to Atlanta and back to Texas. I just did a straight shot from Texas to Atlanta and then came back. We all came back yesterday. So, you
forgot about the North Carolina portion. That's the
North Carolina. Oh, yeah. You had a layover. Mine was nonstop. Yeah. But we're glad to be home.
I'm excited about this show.
Yeah, we are definitely excited about this show.
I'm glad to be home. I'm glad to be home as well because I think last night was my first true night of sleep in 8 days. So I'm glad to be home. But I'm also excited about this guest that we have on the show today. And I'm also excited about the topic and some of the great things that she is doing. And so, again, this audience, you might want to be part of this. So I had to go to the comments, ask this young lady any question that you like. And I probably get you an answer. Michelle, can you tell our viewers and our listeners the title of the show, purpose, and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest that we got here?
Oh, most definitely. So the title of the show today is How the Arts Level the Playing Field and Support Diversity. And the purpose is getting to know serial entrepreneur, television executive producer, speaker, best-selling author, and nonprofit founder Diane Strand. And we're going to talk about JDS Creative Academy and the services it provides, and talk about the television show Spirit of Innovation, and learn all about DigiFest Temecula. And we're going to talk about the arts across America / arts across California. And there's so many things that this amazing guest is going to talk about today. But let's kind of talk about who she is, a little bit about her background. So Diane Strand is, again, a serial entrepreneur, television executive producer, speaker, best-selling author, nonprofit founder, whose mission is to break down barriers to employment in visual and performing arts and digital media by creating career pathway opportunities for all. She's the majority owner of the multi-award winning JDS Video and Media Productions, producer at JDS Actor Studio, and founder of the award-winning nonprofit JDS Creative Academy. She's also the creator and executive producer of the show Spirit of Innovation, the first news and information television show exclusively for Riverside County, and the founder of Temecula's annual film festival and digital media competition, DigiFest Temecula. Her expertise stems from her early career in the Los Angeles entertainment industry, working on hit shows like Friends, Survivor, General Hospital, and producing live events at Staples Center and the Shrine Auditorium. Wow. So after launching a popular drama club within the Temecula Valley Unified School District in 2010, Diane created JDS Actor Studio, which has now launched more than 100 paid actors into the industry and provided more than 700 students in the Temecula Valley with creative enrichment, self-confidence, and leadership skills through acting classes. Well, you know what? Diane is going to tell us a little bit more about what she does, but just to let you know, she's deeply involved with the region's economic development, and she serves as the president of the Southwest Riverside Economic Development Coalition, as a past executive board member for the EDC of North County, San Diego. There's so many to talk about, Diane. So welcome to the show, Diane Strand.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Hey, welcome to the show, Diane. And I tell you, it's so much more we could have shared, because you're doing so many great things out there. And I tell you, our communities need great leaders like you, entrepreneurs like you, and to go out and uplift and make sure that we share the arts and we share the importance of togetherness. So Diane, can you tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit more about you, where you grew up? And yeah, we'll start with that.
Okay, sure, James. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. And, I always say when people ask me what it is that I do, my first instinct answer is I make dreams come true. And I do that by providing hope, and that's helping one person every day. But I focus on the arts and with a mission to make it accessible to all. And it started with, way back when I started as an actor and then had to find my way through the entertainment industry moving forward, and found myself actually moving more backstage into the producing and the writing and the directing. And so that really became my passion. And I was doing that in the entertainment industry. And then I had a small little stint in corporate video working for a pharmaceutical company and making video for them, which was doing a lot of testimonials and making ads for cancer treatments. And it started to really make a difference. It had some sort of meaning. All of a sudden, I was meeting these amazing people who were, plagued by a terrible disease. And the videos that I was creating was either giving them information or how to, or explaining what they were going through. And it started to shift for me. I got pulled back into the reality television world a little bit. And I left the corporate video and I was doing the reality world, and it just didn't feel the same. It had a different connotation to it, where what I was doing before had some purpose, where this was not that entertainment doesn't have purpose, because it absolutely does. We all need to laugh. We all need to get sucked into drama and all those good things. And that's why I love the arts, because it's creative and it's out there. But all of a sudden, I was finding a way to mix art with passion and purpose, and it just started changing things. And 11 months into reality television, all of a sudden, that's when as I call it, I packed my own parachute and I made the big jump, and it was instantaneous. My husband works in the entertainment industry as well. He was an actor, professional actor, made movies with Bruce Willis and Christopher Walken. And he looked at me. I came home from work after a long day and said, what if we sold our house and packed our bags and quit our jobs, and we started our own production company? And I was very frustrated. I had missed bath time and dinner time with my 3-year-old. And it was stressful. And I just looked at him and I did, yes, let's do it. And life shifted and changed. And we never looked back. And here we are 20 years later. Not only a serial entrepreneur, but a nonprofit founder.
Wow. So, there's always a foundation of an entrepreneurial type of spirit. And I guess let's start in the beginning. Your family or community where you grew up, did they inspire you with, one day in life, or just an entrepreneur spirit to just, or the creative arts? You said you were in the business and you actor. So did that come from your family, within the community? Like, what inspired that?
Well, there's a great quote by Steve Jobs that says that, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You have to look back. And my first big dot really comes in second grade. It was when I was diagnosed with dyslexia. and I was a struggling reader, and I really wanted to be in the school play. I wanted to play Betsy Ross in the school play, and I knew I had to teach myself how to read. This was open to the whole school, and here I was, this little second grader, and I went out for the play, and I got it. I got Betsy Ross in the school play. And then also in the second grade, they had this big candy sale. And if you sold the most candy in the whole school, you got these prizes. And the grand prize was a 19-inch black and white TV. Now that kind of dates me a little, but I wanted that TV. So that's where my entrepreneurial spirit kind of first really kicked in, because I enlisted my mom and my dad, and I got a whole bunch of help. And I went out, and I remember going door to door, even in the airport, business district, and sold the most candy and won that TV. And today I still work in TV. So it all kind of connects. I had a couple of little entrepreneurial experiences along the way. Of course, I had the lemonade stand and all of those things. But when I was first really starting out in the entertainment industry as an actor, I wanted to put myself and all my friends on stage. That's how we were going to make it. And so I started producing theater in downtown Los Angeles, and I started busing in the schools. And that's how I kind of started making the connection. Was I was bringing in the schools, in the elementary schools, busing them in to come see the shows. And then we would put on the plays. And by the third show, I was no longer wanting to be in the shows. I was producing, I was directing, I was writing. And that was Images and Imagination Children's Theater. And that's kind of was my real first entrepreneurial kind of start and moving forward. And then I wrote a screenplay and I sold it. And that's when my life completely shifted again.
Wow. So you caught the bug at a very, very young age of entrepreneurship. We're gonna take a station break, but we're gonna come back and we're gonna pick it up. And if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments. Ask this young lady any question you want. I promise, I will get it on the screen and we'll get your answer. It's your life. We'll be back shortly after the break.
I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can't be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Hey, I'm so drawn to you. I'm so drawn to you. Yeah, yeah.
Hello. Hey, I'm James Cooley. I am the founder and CEO of the JDS Cooley Foundation, Options, Opportunities, / Choice Program. Our primary mission is to help build the foundation of our youth and young adults and communities. And we encourage everyone to dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. And the way that you do that is, first of all, you got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are here for a purpose. You also have to be able to step out your comfort zone and do things that you probably didn't think that you can do. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and we got this fantastic guest on. I mean, that's just, just telling a story about entrepreneurship has, I mean, it just got me excited right now. And all the other things that we are going to talk about shortly. So if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments. Ask this young lady any question that you like. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. Michelle, I know you had a question that you were getting ready to ask.
Yeah, so we already had a couple of comments, but we're going to mention those comments once we start talking about the JDS Actor Studio. So, Diane, can you tell us about what your vision and goals were for the establishment of the JDS Actor Studio? And like, where is it located? And Marlon Cooley wants to know, do you offer adult classes? So let's just start with that.
Well, I guess the short answer is yes, of course, we offer adult acting classes. The Actor Studio really grew out of a drama club that we started in the elementary schools in the Temecula Unified School District. Now, fast forward from my story, I now have 3 children, and all 3 of them are JDS. That's their initials. That's where JDS comes from, whether that's the video or the actors or the nonprofit. And so I have 3 kids and 3 businesses. And we started the drama club at my son's elementary school. He was in 5th grade, and I had one in 1st grade at the time. And there just wasn't enough arts in the school. And that was so important to me and to my husband, because that's what kept us connected in school. It's what really started us in being able to, me personally, learn how to read and be able to understand context and keep the connection going. So when there wasn't the arts in the school like I knew that we needed, I really wanted that for my kids as well. So we went to the principal and asked about a drama club for after school, and he thought it was a great idea. And he said, well, you got to get it through the district. So I do what I do, and I dotted my I's and I crossed my T's. We put a little curriculum together and we put an 8-week program. The school district said yes. We showed up at a Friday assembly. We were hoping for maybe, 10, 15 kids to turn out. And lo and behold, we had 55 kids who showed up for that first 8-week little after school program. And we really saw that there was a need for this. So we had to go and, quickly think and fly by the seat of our pants. We went to the high school. We got some of the high school students to come and help volunteer. And we did our little curriculum times, 8, and divided everybody up. And in 8 weeks, we had this fantastic showcase, and we started having kids and parents come up to us going, do you teach anywhere else? And do you do this? And we go up to LA, and your coaching is better than I get in LA. So I started reaching back out to my contacts, and within a couple of months, we opened up a brick and mortar, and we did, toddlers, youth, teens, and adults. Started bringing in agents and casting directors and all the things that I knew helped actors. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be the place that really created a pathway for these actors to be able to reach their dream, not fall in the financial little pitfalls that can be out there that try and sell you a dream. I wanted them to be able to reach for their dream. Mm-hmm. So that's where we started with the Actorpreneur and being able to really help actors fill their toolbox with what they would need. And over the course of 10 years now, we've launched over 100 careers, and we have actors doing Super Bowl commercials and contract roles on TV shows, and it's pretty fascinating. And even in my Adults for Developmental Disability program, mm-hmm. I have launched 5 actors into the mainstream entertainment industry, and they have autism or special needs, and we're helping them reach their dreams as well.
Wow. And that brings me to the JDS Creative Academy and the services it provides. And you just finished kind of summarizing what it was created for and the things that it's accomplished. Can you go into a little bit more deeper discussion regarding that, and what inspired you to create this Creative Academy?
Well, it really grew out of the Actors Studio. We had all of these talent individuals that were coming to the studio but wanting more than just acting. Some wanted script writing or video production, or they photography, fine art. And the skills were somewhat out of my reach. So I had to start bringing in some of my industry professionals who really specialized in these other areas, whether that be in fine art or script writing, photography, musical theater. And we just grew the nonprofit out of the Actors Studio. The first meeting was a couple of my industry professionals and myself and Scott sitting around my kitchen table. And we formed the board and started with a plan. And next thing I knew, I was applying for a nonprofit, and we started creating these classes and these, what we called at that time, artist experiences, and bringing creatives together. And so our mission is to make the arts accessible to all, whether that be 3-year-olds through senior citizen, mainstream through special needs. We do plays and events. We do festivals. We do haunted studios, everything to kind of bring the arts to the community to the arts, and those who want to be the artists and creatives, we create the pathway for them.
You know, doing all this, I mean, I'm sure it's just very gratifying. So with this, how has it changed you as a person? And has anyone ever come, I'm sure if have come up to you and just express what this has meant to them?
It's completely changed my outlook and my philosophy. And I'm a true believer that, you know, passion with purpose equals profits in that sense. And I've had parents who have come to me and tell me that, you know, their actor who is in my class is now a better reader, or they focus more in school, they communicate better. The adults who come into our program with developmental disabilities learn professional skills. They learn how to be given a chance, and with the inclusion of knowing that they have purpose and they have meaning, and being able to see that. I have an individual who is one of our participants. She just won a National Anthem Award for the show for a segment that she produced, she wrote, and then edited together. It just won an award. We've had actors who have gotten big breaks on shows that are now living their dream, and they come back and say that if it wasn't for us, and I say, no, if it wasn't for you, because they're giving so much back to me when I get to see them do their magic out there. It just lights up my world. That, you know, I think I was sharing a little bit with you backstage when we were talking is, you know, yes, I wish I could say I was that altruistic, you know, but when I give, I get back so much that, you know, it can be a little selfish. I just go out and give so I can get, right? You know, it's amazing the changes that I see in people and the changes that it's brought inside of me as well.
Wow, you know, this is amazing. Hey, can you share a story with our viewers and listeners? I'm talking about in particular, maybe one or two that you saw greatness in them, you saw things in them, and kind of had a hard time, but now you turn around, you see that they off into everything. They are in movies and in commercials. Can you share some of that with our viewers and listeners?
Well, I'll share it on the mainstream level, and then I'll share it on the special needs level. We had a young twins who came to us, and they were 9 years old at the time, and they wanted nothing more than to, you know, be on TV and to be able to do some acting. They had been in a couple of plays, and they came into our actors studio. They wanted to get an agent. And they had that it factor. You know, there is something that you see it when it comes in, and the students who have it, or the students that need to polish it, and everyone can create it. But they just had it. And so we launched them. And one of those is Corinne Masai, and she's currently playing Angela Bassett's daughter on the show 911. She's at UCLA now, studying film and television, going into directing and reaching for her dreams, and it's happened from 9 years old to 19. And she's been a part of coming back and just sharing a lot with our students here. And I think that, that's amazing that they learn how they received it and then they learn how to give it back. And really, if I had to put it to this young man who really made a difference in my life, and I already had the nonprofit, but at that time it was really just accessibility for the arts and bringing the arts to the community and the community to the arts. But I met this young man who had special needs, and he loved audio, and he just wanted a chance to be able to learn more about audio and how it worked with video. And I was introduced to him by a woman who worked for Inland Regional Center. And she said, if you can just let him come to your studio like 12 hours a week, he'll come with a job coach, he'll do whatever it is you need, just so he can maybe, see more audio in play. And, my philosophy is you say yes. And so I said yes, and I didn't exactly know how it was all going to work. I was still more doing video production and the Actors Studio, and the nonprofit was kind of in the background. I wasn't even here at the studio all the time, but I said yes. I knew we would figure it out. We'd make it work. And he came in. He was fantastic, of course. And within 5 months, I started writing the curriculum for the Title 17 program to teach others how to learn video production and digital media, because I watched how this gentleman came alive and told me how he was living his dream just to get the opportunity. And today he works in audio. He's not in my program. He's out there doing his dream. He's a DJ. It's just amazing to see. And this was someone who couldn't even talk in front of an audience as a DJ. And now he's a DJ. It's incredible. And it's so heartwarming and inspiring to me. I get grateful. If I kind of stumble and fall on my face, I go, well, it could be worse, right? And I look at some of the people that I'm helping, and I just get very grateful.
Wow. Just inspiring others. We see things in them and we bring that out of them. And next thing you know, it's just, as long as we continue to water it, just like a plant, it's going to grow, it's going to blossom. We got a lot more, Diane, but we got to take a break. We're going to take a station break, but when we come back, we're going to pick it up. We're going to talk about her television show, Spirit of Innovation. So you want to come back for that one. So I tell you what, stay tuned. It's Your Life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll see you shortly after the break.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. And, my fantastic guest, Diane, is just sharing a lot of great stuff and just how she has helped others to meet their goals and just inspiring all of us to sit back listening to this young lady tell these stories, especially when it's come to a nonprofit and JDS and Academy and all these great things that she's doing. And I tell you, I commend you, Diane. I commend you and your husband and for taking a step up in the communities, working with all of us. And just like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we need more folks that got open hearts and open arms that are willing to step up and help shape our communities, our country, our nation, the world. So I think all of this is important. Diane, I want to talk a little bit about your television show, Spirit of Innovation. Can you tell us a little what this is, how you came up with this, and just tell us all about it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, Spirit of Innovation is something that grew out of living in Riverside County. Riverside County is kind of a media desert. We have 2.4 million people in Riverside County, California, and we get LA media news. So being someone who's lived in LA, also lived in North County, San Diego, and then popped up to Riverside County, I felt a little lost being in this media desert and not having any local news and information. So it was always something that when I was up here long before the nonprofit, I always wanted to create a news show. That is a little in my background. Not only do I have a degree in radio, television, film, but I have a minor in journalism and media. And so I just felt like I didn't have access to what was going on here regionally. And as a regional person, I thought that we needed to have some news and information. And when the nonprofit began the Title 17 job training program, it really gave me an opportunity to connect the two, be able to deliver high level broadcast quality news and information, as well as use it as a training vehicle. So that's exactly what it is it's local, regional, Riverside County news and information. It shares the good to know, the need to know, the did you know. We're always trying to inform people about business and finances and things that impact not only community and residents, but also businesses. And also be able to put our job training participants out there in real practice, because that's how I learn, is hands-on. And that's how I've really found to teach our job training participants is hands-on. So we put out a monthly TV show. The show drops this week on Thursday. It's always the last Wednesday or Thursday of the month is when the show drops. And we have now guest hosts that come in and guest host the show so we can get a bigger audience and be able to bring in the stakeholders of the community to be able to share that information out. And it's just a lot of fun, as well as it's informative. And it airs not only locally in Riverside County on Rivco TV, but also on Temecula TV and Marietta TV. And then we stream it out through our YouTube channel, as well as on spiritofinnovation.org.
Wow, that sounds really amazing. I mean, you are, I consider like a chef. You do everything. You cook everything. You have all these great projects coming and you're doing it. Now let's talk about DigiFest Temecula. What is it? What's involved? And how did you come up with this? Or like, just can you tell us the backstory of this and how it all came to be and what's going on in 2023?
Absolutely. Well, DigiFest is a creation that came out of trying to make digital media and arts accessible. There used to be a film and music festival that went on here in Temecula for 15, 16 years. I was a sponsor with our video production company and our actor studio for years, and we would do workshops. And then the festival went away. This was way, way pre-COVID. And it didn't come back. And everyone started saying, oh, you should take that on and you should do it. But it didn't feel 100% right for me because I'm not a film person. I'm a television person. I work in digital media. And I was kind of tossing some things around and I went, I don't know, like a DigiFest. I would do a DigiFest. And that's how it really came to life, the title. And then we're like, what does it look like? And now it's been a festival for 7 years. 2023 is our 7th year. And the way that we bring film and video and podcasting and graphic design, digital fine art, music, webcast, web design, and gaming all together in that digital world. We flavor it with a lot of Hollywood. We bring in actors and producers and directors and voiceovers to be the entertainment for the weekend, to share their stories, provide tips. We have workshops Sunday, and all while it's a big festival competition. So you can enter. Like, I certainly hope the James Cooley show gets entered into DigiFest because you get to be able to put it in and win laurels. It's everyone from students and professionals. It's bringing the collaboration together. So it's creating the pathways for those that are emerging into the industry or trying to learn about it, and also providing a place for professionals to come together, to be able to network together in a safe place as well as inclusive, and not in like a big, huge 1,000 person festival. This is 100 to 150 people to come together and share about how we can make the arts more accessible and make this an industry that is growing and thriving and brings so much, because that's where it comes from. The arts level the playing field. It is in every single industry the arts touches, whether it's in digital media and marketing, communications, podcasting, music. It's trying to be cathartic. It works for social media. Everybody needs to be able to communicate, and they find a creative way to do that, to get their messaging out. So that's where I really wanted to bring it all together, not only the creatives, but also the business people, and bring it all together in this digital media festival. And it's DigiFest 2023. So tickets go on sale March 1st. The competition is open through March 6th for your entries. And then the festival is April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of this year. It's coming up.
So wait, 2 questions. So is it going to be, I know it's in Temecula, is it going to be at the same location where the other festival used to be, or exactly where in Temecula is this DigiFest festival?
Well, DigiFest is a lot at our studio. I have a 10,000 square foot television studio and live theater space here. So Friday night, Saturday day, and Sunday day are here at the studio. All the exhibits are exhibited here in all of the categories. And then Saturday night, we do the screenings. We're either going to be at a major, theater. We're closing the deal right now. It's not 100% for me to announce that yet. Or last year during COVID, I can seat 100 people. We have a big screen. We do it here, but we like to take them to the theater. Everyone wants to see their videos and animation and films on the big screen. And then Sunday for the awards competition and celebration, we're over at Temecula City Hall for that. So we're all throughout the city here. We bring our guests. They all stay here. It's a great way to bring attention to the region, as well as being able to show that the arts are all throughout California.
Oh my gosh, I love the arts. I'm actually, I'm a Broadway girl. I'm from New York, and I always love the arts since my mom introduced them to me. Since I was little, and I've always go see Broadway musicals. So I definitely can appreciate the arts in all areas. You know, the
Yeah,
arts.
we're doing Lion King.
Yeah. But well, you know what? So I know you're gonna have a lot of speakers there, actors. So what are the kind of messages they want to convey to the audience? And I know everyone's message is different, but and what do you think? I mean, what kind of messages?
Well, our theme this year is level up your creativity. So they will be in some way talking towards that theme, sharing their story. We have like Friday night, we have Ryan Onan. He is not only an actor and writer on the show Big Sky for ABC, he's also the co-executive producer. And he's going to be sharing, you know, his story, his journey, as well as inspiring, you know, young people how to follow in his footsteps, and as well as providing some takeaways. And then Eileen Gruba, who not only is an A-list actor on shows like This Is Us and HBO's Watchmen and different guest starring roles, but she's also a woman with disabilities herself. So she's going to be talking on inclusion and diversity in the entertainment industry. We have voiceover panels. I got the voice of Porky Pig and Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, as well as all the Looney Tunes. And I got Emmy Award winning directors. You know, the idea is to really share their pathway to getting into where they are, you know, talking about how it applies to digital media and the industry, and then how to level up your creativity and show others the way. Well, I see the question on the screen. I think that's what you're reading, but I'm not hearing you quite well right now. So
I can read the question. So basically, one of our viewers, Clem, he said his nephew moved here from New York 3 years ago to pursue an acting and modeling career, and he's still at it. He wants to know any words of encouragement you can give him.
Don't quit. Keep going. It is a very subjective industry, but you have to be the actorpreneur, the modelpreneur. You have to take action in your own career. Sign up and make sure you're on all the right websites for your profile. If you want to know what those are, I wrote a book. It's called Show Business: Breaking into the Industry as an Actor. And it's a great little roadmap to show you how to set up your pictures, your resume, what websites to be on, give you some breakdown training skills when you're going out on those auditions, and what you do in a callback situation, how you should present yourself, what work is smart to do for free, as well as when not to do it for free. So all those are in there in the book. I just have to say, just keep going for it. Show up, keep working at it. It's a very subjective industry, but you can work in this industry. You can make a living in this industry. You have to love the industry and then go out and pursue it full blown.
Great words of encouragement. I hope that answered your question, Clem. We're going to take a station break. We're going to come back. We still got some more. We got some more. So I tell you, get those questions in today. We'll be back shortly after the break.
Fight again. And if you want my opinion, I let it take me away. Only relief is the four on the floor and the crowd that goes, oh, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, oh, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Hello, welcome back to It's Your Life. And Diana, you're just an amazing person that's doing a lot of the arts is a way or expression, is a way of people really identifying with who they are and what and things that they want to do. So you are doing just like amazing things. You launched the arts across America, arts across California. Let's discuss this. And where did you come up with this concept on this great? I think it's a great idea.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, it really came out of a journaling moment. I was in a mastermind at the time, and I was doing some journaling. And my purpose has always been to create access. And it really rolled out that if I could be able to show others how to do what it is that I've done, whether that's create a creative academy, be able to teach the classes that we teach, be able to start a nonprofit side of it. So that's really what started to come out in this journaling. And if I could be able to teach others to do this. So that was the plan. We are putting everything that we do into digital courses. So we are able to show people how to start a nonprofit, show people how to create a creative academy, show people, you don't have to be an actor or an artist or any of those things, because I'm going to give you the curriculum to be able to do that. And we did a proof of concept on this afterwards. We started with an art in a box concept, which we created 8 weeks worth of curriculum for an art class. And then we went out and bought all the supplies, keeping all the supplies under $500 for this 8-week class. And then we donated it. There's a place here in Temecula called Michelle's Place, which is about a cancer survivor resource center. And so I'm part of an organization, and the executive director came in and said to me that her arts classes were starting to make a real draw on her, her expense line as something they do to offer for free. And I never wanted anyone to go without arts, especially someone who needs it for cathartic reasons because they have cancer. So I set out to create the curriculum, and we created 8 weeks. We came up with all the supplies, we purchased all the supplies, and then we donated it to Michelle's Place. And now they have all the curriculum from videos to books to the supplies to be able to teach this 8-week class. They've taught it now 3 times, going back out and just getting a simple sponsor for $500 now to be able to rebuy the supplies that they need. And they have an art class that they can have any volunteer be able to come in and teach it. But now they don't have to hire an instructor or something to be able to pull it off. And now I know it works. So we're moving forward, and arts are rolling across California and America.
I love that. And, we are definitely familiar with Michelle's Place, and we had one of the representatives on the show about a year or so ago talk about the organization. It's a great organization. I know I mentioned previously before the break that, I love arts. It's kind of like and I think you might experience the same feeling anytime I think of like Broadway or musicals or watch the Tony Awards, I get this sense of just love, like such a connection. So my question to you is, and I know you've been doing this, before you established these organizations, why are the arts so important to Diane Strand?
Well, I believe that it definitely put me on a pathway to be successful. I would have never have really learned how to read if it wasn't that I really wanted to be in that play in 2nd grade. Everyone told me I couldn't, and you can't do this, and I didn't listen. And then, even fast forward into high school, I'm a child of the, late 70s, early 80s. And I found fun and activities more important than school, but I wanted to be in the play. So I could not go completely off the rails. I had to get good enough grades. Couldn't ditch school as much as all my other friends were ditching school. I wouldn't have been able to be in the play. It kept me going. And I never connected the dots till recently, but now I can see every step of the way where the arts have been so pivotal in my life, from myself growing up to working it as a business, to what it's done for my children, to what I see it do for the people who walk through my doors. It just means everything, whether it's exciting and fun because you're doing something new and creative and people are oohing and ahhing over it, or you're in your own little space doing something cathartic and sharing, whether it's journaling or painting or taking pictures and having something to connect to. That's what the arts is all about. It just brings connection for people to come together on a common ground, and all the other stuff just goes away. We can all look at a picture and share our opinion and be open to other people's opinion, where you can't do that about any other topic. Everyone is like, oh, you don't think like I do? Go back to your tribe, right? We can all look at an art piece and go, oh, you see that? Oh, that's cool. I see this. And then we're like, oh, I see that too, right? So it's amazing what the arts can do in so many different ways.
Diane, and I just one more question I'm gonna pass it on to. So I know you have professionals who come and, train and, provide classes to these students. What if someone out there who's not involved within your organization and they're an actor themselves, if they want to, provide their services, how can they reach you?
Absolutely. Well, I'm all over social media. You can always search the hashtag JDS family, and that's going to bring up from video production to Actor Studio to the Creative Academy. And then there's DigiFest and Spirit of Innovation. I would definitely say check those out. The festival, I see the question up there. The festival's in April. So it's April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So you want to get in on that. Social media, websites. I'm pretty Googleable. I'm all over. Googleable, is that a word? I think it is today. But I'm all over social media, whether it's my personal profile or my business profile. I love to reach out. I love to have conversations with people. If you're ever passing through Temecula, come by the studio and just say hi.
So how can, with your nonprofit, how can people support we got the better part of a minute, 15 seconds. If people want to support, or how could they help support your organization?
Well, I definitely have sponsorship opportunities through DigiFest, so we'll help market you if you want to help come and support us, as well as we have lots of ways to get involved in the nonprofit. We always say, best ways to support us, follow us on social media, share our stuff, share the TV show Spirit of Innovation so you can get news and information, as well as come out, see a play. We're doing Lion King in May. We have summer camp programs. We have classes from acting, musical theater, photography, backstage production, fashion design. Come to DigiFest, the Haunted Studio. Or, if you're interested in acting and you're not local and you can't come get in a class or something, check out our books, Show Business, Breaking into the Industry. And I got a new one coming out real soon, too, The Creativepreneur. That'll be out probably in a few months.
Wow. Love this show. Love this show. We just ran out of time, but this was absolutely amazing. And I'm hoping, and I'll let you know something real soon, whether we'll be able to participate in DigiFest with you all, but I won't know for another week and a half. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'd like to thank my executive producer and co-hosts who always put together great shows. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for taking the time to tune into the James Cooley Show. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll see you.
the first